Good afternoon. My name is Mohammed Munib, and with me is Sudeep Kumar. And we are here to present this session today for the best practice for ArcGIS Enterprise deployment and for the mission critical environment. So we're going to talk about what is mission critical and what is mission critical in terms of GIS. And let me just share some agenda, what we're going to detail talk about today. Is first an introduction, then architecture and infrastructure. What is the best practice to deploy the ArcGIS Enterprise in a mission critical environment? Is a single node, high available, disaster recovery. What are the backup methodologies? All the stuff we're going to talk about. And then we will talk about the security and how to implement the security on the server level, portal level, or the web application. So we're going to talk about this and the daily operation and administrative task for the GIS admin, what he can perform on a daily basis. And of course, the backups, and then the last one is a disaster recovery. So before moving forward, I just want to understand, do you have already ArcGIS Enterprise in place, or you are planning for, or something? You are planning for, okay. So Parson also, you are planning. All right, so great. So since you have already enterprise high available or a single node or single node. Oh, great. So since we are just two people, so we are gonna have more interactive. If you have any queries, any questions, so we can answer to that. And for the disaster recovery, we actually implement in a couple of clients here in UAE also. So we'll discuss more about that in the last of this presentation. So before going further, let's understand what is ArcGIS Enterprise. Okay, what as an end user, what they are getting as an application. So ArcGIS Enterprise actually platform where we have portal, server, data store, and web adapters. Okay, all combined. We implement this to get the web application. It could be a 3D scene. It could be a 2D web application. Knowledge graphs. We can do some analysis on the fly on the web application level. We can have a nice dashboards. So this all what an end user can see. So enterprise is a platform for that, where we install the components. Okay, so this components is not like some other software where you install single installation file and get the output. No, it's combination of different products, as I explained earlier: portal, server, web adapter. So how these things are, or these components are configured or installed. Okay, so that we're going to talk about today. So before going further, what is actually the mission critical? So mission critical for any company or organization, any system which is very crucial, and the company cannot survive even the single downtime for them for that system. For example, if we take some example or use cases of emergency response, it's a fire brigade or ambulance or these services. So if the system is down, it will have a severe impact on the for the humans. Okay, for the end users. Yeah. Transportation logistic, if there is a cut down in the transportation or the, so there's an impact also. So defense, national security, CID, police, and all these things, there is a that are the critical systems they are using it, and if there is a downtime, it will have a serious impact on that. So here in Joy, we have this RTA, for example, Ministry of Interiors, Defense, CID, police. So their system is critical, and they have a really big system in place. So, so let's talk about a little bit about system architecture and design. So these are some of the, before you're gonna plan or implement the system, you have to understand this, what is the requirement, okay, the need of this system, okay, who's gonna access it, how many number of users are gonna access it. Is it a public application you are going to create, or it's a in-house application which is accessible by the GIS user within the organization? So these all things, and what are the roles of this application? Is a mobile application, desktop application, web application? So based on this all points, you can create or there is a system design. So which gives you that how many number of machines you need. For example, it's a 4-core, 2 machines you need. Based on that, the licensing also depend on that. Okay. And for example, the second is scalability. So what is the performance of this system? How far it will go after 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? What is the impact in future? More user going to access the system. Okay, more maybe the functionalities or tool will be introduced in that system. So we have to keep in mind also for the future plan for the system. Okay, then integration is very important. For example, in term of if you talk about some real estate, they have CRM system linked to the GIS. Okay, where we show the nice GIS as built drawing, which is linked to their other systems. CRM they have, for example, their dealers or the market agents. Okay, this whole system is linked to the GIS itself. So this integration in future, maybe it's going to be more integration. So as of today, when we are collecting the requirement, it's only one system. In future, there's a more requirement. So this all we should consider before planning the system architecture or design for the GIS system. Integration with that integration that we're talking about? Yes, that is one of the integration also GeoBIM. We are talking outside the organization. Yes, correct.
And also, like for example, if you have any business critical system, okay, for example, in RT, the parking, actually, if you look at the parking app, the behind it's coming the GIS map where we located. Yeah. So that is they integrated that app with the GIS system. So then, like this is critical for them. Like any time this system is our system is down, actually the parking also impacted. So that's the one other way we'll say the business critical system integrated with the GIS. RTM, like, yeah, I'm saying that in any integration, you are in different department, like for example, real estate, you have some critical system that getting the GIS, some services that makes actually your system critical.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the deployment options for an organization. There are actually ArcGIS Enterprise in-house and on the cloud base also. And which is ArcGIS Online. It's a SaaS-based solution where we have all the component available as a service on the web. Okay, that can be used also basically Esri. This model is work based on the credits. Esri, you can buy some credits to host your service on the Esri ArcGIS Online, and you can utilize that. Okay, the second option is ArcGIS Enterprise for organization. If you have a offline environment, okay, where you are gonna use everything in-house, your database is in-house, okay, and your all the services are in-house. You wanna keep it secure within your organization premises. So you'll go for the ArcGIS Enterprise organization. Okay, so this now today we're gonna talk about more about the ArcGIS Enterprise in-house. Okay, how you can do the security implementation. Sorry. So let's move forward. So ArcGIS Online, as it's mentioned, is a SaaS-based, service-based solution. Okay, it's normally 3 to 4 times release per year. On the other hand, it's ArcGIS Enterprise, where we have 1 or 2 times per year updates for ArcGIS Enterprise. Okay, it's organization-based. You have lessons. It's secure within the organization, everything in your premises. And this side, you can integrate with this your Active Directory, SAML, or whatever the identity service is available for your organization. You can link with ArcGIS Enterprise there. Okay, so you have more freedom or more ability to connect with your organization. That is for the ArcGIS Enterprise. So updates on the enterprise, you can ask for updates. No, if you are under maintenance, you are eligible for all the updates. Okay, you can download the latest package from my Esri, and you can download and implement them. It's a process because there's a different component. It's not only one component. It's downtime is there for sure. For that, there is some. It's same actually. The functionality for both ArcGIS Online and ArcGIS Enterprise. No, for ArcGIS Online, you will choose as a service only. You will have a URL. Okay, what you will publish your maps and everything. So you don't need to set up all the infrastructure in your within your organization. Okay, you don't need 4, 5, 6 VMs, install, configure, link to the database and all this stuff. No. For ArcGIS Online, you will have a data. For example, you have Excel file, GIS coordinates in that. You can just upload there. So it will show the nice map there, and you can change the symbology and do the filter and all this stuff you can do on ArcGIS Online as well. So actually, if you compare ArcGIS Online and ArcGIS Enterprise, that is the offline version of it or within your organization, and ArcGIS Online is a web-based you can say. Okay, so most of the companies have within UAE, they are preferring to have this offline version of it within the organization instead of going to ArcGIS Online because of data security and all this, right? Yeah. So yes, we do have.
No, that is not ArcGIS Online. Actually, we have Esri is also hosting the enterprise in their premises. They will manage it. So you can manage it cloud also. We have.
It's a private cloud. They will manage.
Based on your organization. Yeah.
Private is depend on your utilization. For example, you are gonna publish image service, okay, and you have multiple web applications which is being used by hundreds of users on a daily basis, okay. So you have to understand this. On the other side, if you have hundred of users using your ArcGIS Enterprise, the price is maybe much cheaper because ArcGIS Online use the credits. You have to buy the credits in advance to host your services here. It's not better or no. It's based on what's your requirement actually.
And actually, we recommend actually some of the customer they go for the hybrid. Some of the part they will go for the online, and we'll keep some part in the enterprise as well.
Yes.
So we are not comparing. Actually, we complement each other like it's an hybrid method.
Yeah. Right. So where is the host? Which one? ArcGIS one?
Online in Esri Cloud. They have multiple locations in US and other places will be there. US and Europe, like they have the cloud center in different areas. They have actually behind actually the I think actually Amazon AWS. Yeah.
Okay, so ArcGIS Enterprise is a self-hosted software that you can control, of course, as I mentioned. It's installed on Windows, Linux, and Kubernetes. You can install on this. It's on premises. It's a VM-based private cloud or public cloud. You can host on that, and it is accessible inside and outside of your firewall. You can control it. Okay. Now some of our many of our customers actually they have public facing of GIS as well. They have application which is for the user, the public user. They're using it. Okay. So there's some of them they're using internally only within the organization. So you can control all this stuff here. It is disconnected, connected and disconnected environment. You can have internet access, without internet access, depend on your requirement. If you have internet, you can get the Esri base map, satellite imagery on the backend to use that. If you are using for the offline disconnected environment, so you will have your own satellite imagery. Okay, you acquire and publish as a base map and use it. Okay, so it can be useful for both. Can be set up for the high availability. Yeah, this further in the next slides, I will talk about the high availability, how to deploy it, and then the DR setup. Of course, we're going to talk about it. Scalable, one machine or multiple machine. It can be because if in future you are gonna there is a more load on your server, so you can add a new server and extend your performance and all this stuff. It's very easy. Okay. So this here we have ArcGIS Enterprise base deployment. Okay, when we talk about base deployment, we have three main components, which is the ArcGIS data store, server, and portal. And three of them have its own purpose. Okay, and WebGISdr is deployed on top of this to hide the ports. Okay, to provide the security and all this from the WebGISdr. Okay, so this is the basic minimum deployment for ArcGIS Enterprise single node. Okay, here you will have web server, you will have application server, two application server, and a data store server. Okay, so if you have enterprise your database, so that will be another fifth server there, fifth VM is there for the enterprise Oracle or SQL or whatever database you are going to use. So this is the minimum single node based deployment for ArcGIS Enterprise. So here are these some of the example for the high available deployment for ArcGIS Enterprise. So as you can see, we have the portal content, and the second one we have ArcGIS server side, and the third one we have the data store. Okay, so portal is two machines here for as a portal high available. Then we have ArcGIS server sites which is connected to each other. And there's a load balancer on top of it also. So on the three different level we have high availability. Even one of the node will down, all the traffic will automatically move to the other server, and it will serve the services and the web maps and everything. Okay. So all this deployment for the high available, we have the shared content directory, which is an NAS drive or whatever the client is going to provide. So all the directories, configuration file, backups, everything stored on that shared drive. And this is all on based on the VMs. All the deployment is on the VMs. Right? If you have any question for the system architecture, you can ask. Okay, the next is now, since you have a system already, you decide you are going for the single node or the high availability. Okay, the next step is how to implement the security on the server level, portal level, database level. So this here we're going to cover this ArcGIS server security. Yeah. A single node is when you deployed ArcGIS Enterprise and single node. If any of the VM is down, your whole platform is down. You know, yeah. If one server is down, all the system is down. You are not going to access the web application. Okay, but if it's high available, if one of the component, one of the server is down. Okay, for example, one local machine is down. Still, the second high available second node is going to serve you. Okay, similar on the ArcGIS server level, if one of the node is down, the second is going to serve you. Similar on the data store level, it's a primary and the standby. So the primary is serving. Once the primary is down, automatically the standby will serve you. How it happened? Because all the configuration on the three level, it is stored on the in the shared drive. Okay. See, for the performance, it's not only one single click that we can say that this is how the performance is. There are multiple factors in the performance. Okay, performance. When we're talking about GIS system, okay, the performance issue could be from database, could be from network, could be from the VM, could be from GIS. So there are multiple factors. When we're talking about the performance, we have to go one by one to identify where is the issue. Maybe your system is good, your database is very good, but your network is low. Okay, maybe your database is good, network is good, GIS have some issue. Okay, so it's a performance and it's a big term. Yes, we have just yes. ArcGIS monitor basically it will monitor your whole system. If the service is down, it will give you alert. It will send you email, message, or whatever you configure. It will give you alert on them. When the service is up, the performance it will go give you all the indicators, graphs, and everything is available. Yeah. So this is why Esri bring this product for monitor to monitor your whole system. It's not only the GIS; it can monitor your system, VM, internal, the power and everything. It's gonna okay. And we can set up accordingly, like depending on the users who are using, and then it can just make more servers. Yes. Resources to be added. Yes, actually. Will be available like even diagnosis, like we have to add this kind of components to boost up the. Yeah. Correct. So once you will have a report from ArcGIS Monitor, okay, you can see that for example, maybe you are getting thousands of requests per second. Okay, so definitely your system is not going to serve you. Okay, this 4-core machine is not enough to serve this much request. Okay, then maybe you are based on this report, you are going to attach another 4-core machine to boost up the performance. So yeah. Regarding the single node and the license difference. Yes, of course. Because one standard license ArcGIS Enterprise comes with the 4-core. Okay, so if you are going to increase your number of core for the machine, so you have to acquire the extra license for that because ArcGIS server license is based on number of core on the machine.
So high availability, each machine you need to have the license.
Yes.
So actually, it's avoiding a single point of failure. That is a requirement, right? We are giving additional machine to connect with your enterprise. So each machine component we need to be licensed. Mainly for the ArcGIS server, it will be licensed. Which one? Yeah,
Yes.
automatically taking care of your system. Any request comes, if you one server fail also, your other server will serve you, right? So the license we need to buy the multiple license.
And license, the simple mechanism is any server is being used, okay, should have a license. Simple. Okay. For example, in term of DR, correct me if I'm wrong, it is not required because it is not active. It will be active once the main site is down, then it will move the traffic to the DR site, right?
The DR Esri will give you the free license.
Yes. Because the main site is using two license, is a high available system, two licenses being used, so you have to acquire two license. Okay. Once this both high available is down with the data center is down. I will talk about this later in the slide for this one. Okay. Now let's talk about ArcGIS Enterprise Security. The first component we're talking about is ArcGIS Server. Here we have security scan, disable. These are the best practice actually. Okay. So there are some service directory. Once we deploy the ArcGIS Enterprise, we have to disable that service directory because nobody should access this. It's an admin directory where you can perform the admin functions. So once deployment is being done, the best practice is to restrict this access on the admin service directory. So cross-domain request also we should block it as well. So these are some best practice for ArcGIS Enterprise deployment. I'll talk about portal for ArcGIS. Actually, these two ArcGIS Enterprise when we talk about, yes.
Can you set up the web editing on top of the ArcGIS Enterprise?
Web editing, you mean the editing the features on the web, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it can be. It's ArcGIS server. What enterprise is what? But basically, you have a database, okay, where you have a feature service coming from the enterprise or database. You publish on ArcGIS Enterprise, okay, and create a nice web map or a web application, whatever you want, and share within the team. Okay, if it's a feature, a service, so user will able to edit it in real time.
Which is there in the ArcGIS Enterprise while editing the data. Web editing as well.
Yes.
Same also.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right. So let's talk about ArcGIS Enterprise Security now. Portal for ArcGIS, the second component what we talk about. There is security scan for the whole system. You can scan your feature layer level security. You can, if you aware of ArcGIS Enterprise, you can control that this feature layer should be shared within the organization or within one single user or multiple user, or it's a public, everyone. So this you have multi factor authentication. You can connect this ArcGIS Enterprise with your Active Directory, LDAP, SAML, and different other. You can configure with that. Okay? Disable portal directories. Okay, this is what I talked about just now for ArcGIS Enterprise. Also, there are some directories or the URL which Esri is recommending to restrict it. It should not have access on the outer public. Okay. So, and these all things you can do in the proxy level as well. The URL say you restrict on the proxy, so it should not be accessible outside the organization. Okay, so this is one of the web link. If you have security related anything you need from Esri, so this is the document. You can get all the detail from this link. Okay, now daily operations, administrative tasks, and monitoring. So now consider that you have ArcGIS Enterprise already in place. You have single node or high available site already. You create a web application for the editor, user, and everything. Now this is the daily task what an administrator sitting in office performing it. Okay, so user management, monitoring tool, and backups. Okay, so user management, which user should have which access, because there are, as we now introduce multiple user levels in the enterprise level. Okay, so which user will do which functions? For example, some of the user editor, some of the viewer only, some of the professional. Okay, so this user management can be this admin will do this task. Monitoring tool, monitoring, of course, as we discussed earlier. There are different monitoring tool. ArcGIS Monitor is available. Okay, so there you can see the performance of the system, if the system is down, up, or what is how many requests are coming per on a daily basis. Okay, is it accessible by the user nodes? So this all thing can be done from the monitoring tool available on the Esri already. And of course, the last thing is backups. Okay, So keep your system secure and safe. Okay, so you should have backups. Okay, that in the last slides I will show you the backup also. What's the incremental backups are there or the weekly backups. So I will talk about. I will show you in detail in the later slides. Yes. Access between the specific number. So this user management, as I told you before, so there is a portal access, okay, and then a built-in user for the portal, what you can create inside the portal, okay, or it can be integrated with your Active Directory. So all the users coming from Active Directory, you can link to GIS as well, and it can be single sign-on. Once you log into your machine from using Citric or the log into your office computer, so you can have without asking user credentials, you can log into your application because it is configured with the single sign-on. Okay. So manage the member. Once you log in, the admin can manage the member, add, remove based on the lessons type and how many users you have within that lesson. You can do that. Assign appropriate roles. As I told you, the user types, roles, custom role privileges, it all can be done from portal for ArcGIS administrator. Right. So for this, you should have admin access to the portal. All right. So for the daily task, what can admin can do? Check the logs on ArcGIS Enterprise, which will give you a detailed summary about your system on the service level. How many access? Let me just show you the next one. This is the ArcGIS server log. Okay, it should just log it. Are you familiar of this window or no? You never logged, right? But this is actually ArcGIS Server Manager. And the last tab is a log tab. There you can customize your log, what you want to see exactly. You can check in the service level which service logs you want to create, what you want to see. With the time, everything, you can monitor it from here. And that here you can see the logs, the peak time, how many requests are there. You can see on the total requests and the timeline. So what time the maximum load was on the system. Okay. So this all can manage from administrative point of view on the ArcGIS server level. All right, so this is what I was talking about, the backups of ArcGIS Enterprise. There are two type of backup. So if you can explain detail.
No, the backup mainly we have like in ArcGIS Enterprise, we have like either we can have the full backup and the increment backup. So it will back up all your enterprise system, not only one component. There's a tool called WebGISdr backup. This tool will back up all your enterprises, including your portal content, ArcGIS server, and the data store, and everything will be backed up. So we can schedule this backup based on like a daily. The day one you can have the full backup, and the second day you can have the increment backup, and this is the way again the end of the sixth day you can have the full backup. So this is the way we can schedule the backup. And okay, the backup actually as I mentioned, like there are other way apart from the enterprise, we can have also like your admin can plan for the VM backup that will help the complete system also will get a backup in case any one of the server or something is failure, you can restore from the VM. And the database level, you can have the like if you are using Oracle or SQL, from there also you can take a backup, and we have an application level backup.
Definitely. Okay. So this WebGISdr actually is a utility from Esri itself, okay, where you can have this is a type of backup. It's a daily backup or a full backup. Full backup is whole system you take a backup and store in the file. Or daily backup is a small files. What is a change has been done on a daily basis? Just keep that file, and the next week it will take a full backup again. So this utility is from Esri. Once you install a product, so you can utilize and make a backup for this. No, no, it's just a tool. Part of
Actually, when you install that the ArcGIS Pro portal component, you can see it from the installation directory. There is a something tool called WebGISdr backup. Okay, then you can run it. That is based on the Python. We can run it.
It's a Python tool or a script.
Yes. Yes. So like the mainly for your administrator can configure.
Yes,
yes, ma'am.
I have a question also. One, what we did the system of, let's say, using the output or whatever. Actually, we're facing one main issue. When we put the bottom, we are facing issue is a testing. when we try this stuff, is it okay, fine, correct, one, fine, or not? Is it this us to the testing environment or when we need to test the backup, you have to use the same directories that when you run the system, you have to use them, let's say your folder or whatever. You have to use the same directory and the same machine. So that when we need to test the backup, we cannot do any test.
No,
because of the-
it's not required. Like as per the Esri, like only the common name which you are using, right, the portal, that only the one actually we require to be similar. Other than that one, actually, if you want to restore, you take the backup from this environment. You can we should have an identical setup in the other environment where we want to restore the number of VMs and the high. If you're taking from high available backup, you should have similar high available. And the directory, machine name, and this can be changed, no issue. Only the common name which you used for your portal, that should be replicated over there.
But
So-
the exploration of the equipment, you can ignore more money because of the installation time. They ask to have the same.
And I is it like, for example, we have one customer, like one of our biggest customer, we are doing actually daily basis, taking the full backup and we are restoring. So it's a mission critical one of the environment. We are doing daily backup. We never face an issue in terms of backup.
Anyways,
So if you have anything,
yeah,
actually, we
we
can
can
contact
check that.
us. We are here, like we can help you.
so after a session, we can sit and we can check what is the issues you're facing, right? So here we talk about the main three level of backup. One is application backup. What we talk about now is WebGISdr utility from the Esri. The second is a VM or the system backup. The whole VM normally the companies are taking the VM snapshot or the backup for the VM. So that is the second one. The third one is a data level. So data level is we're talking about we have a shared folder, right? Where we configure all the ArcGIS Enterprise directories, right? So that all content directories, everything is for the configuration part is saved in the data level. Okay. So once we are going to do a backup for the system, we should have this three level of backup in order to restore it in the future. Even if we have only the application backup, but we don't have that last one, so system cannot restore. So these three level of backup we should have, then system can restore in case of any accident or anything. So yeah, disaster recovery. This is interesting feedback. Actually, disaster recovery is now we talk about ArcGIS Enterprise deployment on single node and the multiple node. Okay, what if the both nodes, both high available nodes, which is in a single data center? Okay, if something some mishap happened to that data center, is all the data center is down. So how the application will work? So in that case, we talk about a DR site or the disaster recovery. It's a physical data center on an X location. Okay, so it's the same environment, same deployment, same version, same content, and everything is same, but on a different data center, different physical, different location. For example, one is in Dubai, second one it could be in Abu Dhabi or another location. Okay, but the environment is same, content and everything is synchronized also. The synchronization is based on database, based on the web application, GIS, content, direction, everything. Okay, so from the GIS level, it is WebGISdr backup. It took the backup and restored on the other side. So this is the how it works on the application level and the database level. Right. So it's the same. It should be the same version, same everything. In that case, it can be restored. If the site A is down from the global DNS, all the traffic will move to the site B. Okay. This is you can say the basic idea of DR site. So as I mentioned, it's a geographical separate data center. It should be on a different location. So any mishap happen or accident happen on site location A, so the second is secure. So it can you can access the application from the site B. And this is important for as the topic is mission critical. Any task which is critical, it is very important for that. Okay. And duplicate configuration and database between data between the two data center as I explained earlier. So both database should be synchronized. Okay, component within data center are typically highly available. As I told you that on the first side is high available, the second side is also high available. it should be also. WebGISdr tool is used to move the snapshot of data from primary site to the standby. So whatever we are doing of, let's say, for example, I create a web application or web map on a site A. Okay. So what happened in the interval of the backup, we define it, when we configure it, we define it. It's maybe daily one time, 12 o'clock in the night. So in the midnight, it will take a backup, okay, and restore on the second site. Okay. So there again, it's a RPO, RTO. It's a long debate. If we want to discuss it, it's a big subject. But just to give you an idea, it should be with the WebGIS tool. It will take all the content from portal for ArcGIS and restore on the second side. And complexity options, yeah, this as I told, so we can discuss further if you are gonna go for the DR approach. So we can talk about this later. Yeah, this is in term of before we talk about if one server is down, the second is there to support the environment. Now we talk about if the whole data center where you have 10 GIS VM installed, right? If the whole VM is down, whole data center is out, down. In that case, what will happen? Because it's on the one location. It's, let's say we're in this hotel, the data center in this hotel is down. We have all 10 high available system in this hotel, right? So in that, what will happen? But we have another data center, the disaster recovery data center, which is in charge of, for example. So all the traffic will move there and it will serve your system. Okay, this is important for maybe the agencies, yeah, critical agency, maybe emergency services, this ambulance or hospital services, or anything. So this is critical, crucial for that type of clients. Yeah.
For the DR,
Mhm.
isn't what is the development of DR depends to where they are right for the synchronization.
Yes.
Is there a future solution to decrease the downtime? Because when we use the DR, it takes a lot of time to take the snapshot of the technical and then again to store it on the other. Now almost we are using the VMware solution because you're taking snapshot every time and then can be fast. But for the solution, is there any solution for it? Because if you depend on the DR, when they are DR, it will take a lot of time for the snapshot and storage.
It's of course depend on the content available on your ArcGIS Enterprise. Okay, if you have less services, it won't take that much time to back up and restore it. So if it's a huge data, a lot of services and web maps are published, it will take time. So as of now, there is
currently Esri support only this WebGIS, WebGISdr, because they are not like 100% on the VM backup system. So they are saying that because of the portal and the Postgre behind the portal, so they are recommending to use the WebGISdr. Maybe in the future, maybe they will, the new releases they will have better.
Yeah. So this is a system architecture for DR side. Okay, so for example, this primary data center, we have high available system. Okay, on the web level, portal and data base and the data store level. Okay, it's high available system. Okay, if one of the node is down, for example, if this node is down, okay, the second one will still serve. Okay, it will work. But what about if the whole site is down? Then all this traffic from the traffic manager or the global DNS or from here it will shift to the second snapshot to the second data center, and all the traffic, everything will start from the standby data center. So this is the overview or the architecture for the disaster recovery. Yeah. Okay, so can you do this DR tool? Okay. Capabilities and the component of the disaster recovery.
Yes, we mentioned that the WebGISdr tool, this is the one actually to take the backup of your portal, as I mentioned. Actually, it will take the all your enterprise component. It will be taken the backup from the primary data center, and we can restore it in on the standby, like where we have the DR data center. So as you can see that I mentioned earlier, the similar way this like a daily backup and we can restore. We can have full backup and the remaining days you can have the incremented backup you can take it. And this is the way like the backup the best practice to take the backups. And as I, you can see here in the picture, this is like already like we mentioned in the previous slide. Same way we can take the backup and we can restore it in the DR environment. And prerequisite, this is what, yeah.
Yeah, prerequisite for the DR, it should be same version. As you can see, 11.4, 11.4, same version, same directory, same architecture. It should be similar for the ArcGIS DR deployment. All right. So yes, yeah.